found another edition of the Cheesesteaks and Takes podcast show. One of our first uploads on Riverside, testing out a new platform lately.
Let's
I'm
go.
Colby Marshall here with my dad, here with my uncle Chuck, here with my cousins Noah and Drew. If you guys haven't found us, listened to us before, we are the only multi generational Philadelphia sports podcast show where we'll be talking a lot about Philadelphia 76ers. We've talked a lot about the Eagles this past NFL season, and we've touched on a bit around the NBA and NFL as well. And we'll dive deep into college basketball with March Madness coming up. Super excited for that. Actually have a sleeper pick to go pretty far in the tournament and a player to watch out for. So excited to talk about him. I'm sure you'll have some things to talk about as well, Dad and Noah, who've been tapped into college basketball a little bit. But want to start off with the Sixers, who are on a 2-game winning streak, guys, after looking down in the dumps before going on their 2-game winning streak, led by Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, who have upped their play and have been able to put up some really great numbers in these past two victories and seem to be treading water, fellas. They seem to be treading water. So, Noah, I'm going to kick it to you first. Talk to me about what you've seen from the Sixers and how optimistic you are moving forward for the rest of the second half of the season.
I don't have it in me to say the Sixers are back. There's still a lot of things I don't like about the team. I hate how we handled the deadline. I hate how we perform when Embiid's not on the floor. But, the East is still wide open. I think if the Sixers play to the best of their abilities, they can compete with anyone in the East. It's pretty weak. I don't know about like the Thunder, the Nuggets, but Embiid came back last game, looked good. Maxey had a good game after he was struggling for a little bit. The vibes are always high after that, but I can't pass off all the other stuff that I was seeing that I didn't like. I feel like offensively, we don't really get enough out of our other guys other than Embiid and Maxey. VJ's been playing well recently. Other than that, I don't really like the looks we're getting. I feel like we depend on the Embiid Maxey 2-man game too much. I don't know. I don't think that'll translate well to the playoffs. I've never seen the Sixers in general translate well to the playoffs in my entire life. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about them right now.
I think you yeah. I think you said a lot of interesting things. The vibes in particular was something that I was worried about, especially after the Jeremy Kane trade. It seemed like after that happened, the team just didn't want to play basketball and were kind of rebelling almost against the decision that the front office made by the way that they looked on the court. And that has kind of turned around in these past few games. I feel like we've
You think
seen
so, Cole?
Maxi smile a little bit more, VJ get a little bit more pumped up after a few plays. Embiid's back, and like you said, he's been playing well. So I think the vibes are slowly. I don't think they're there yet where they need to be, but they're slowly starting to come back. And yeah, like they're very top heavy in that they rely on Maxi and Embiid for a lot of their scoring. But I think right now it's really just about continuing to tread water, get Paul George back towards the end of the season, hopefully go into the playoffs with your full roster. And honestly, like you said, Noah, with the way that the East has been looking, how murky it's been, we really don't know what's going to happen, what the standings are going to look like. If they can be healthy and play 500, maybe a little bit better basketball towards the end of the second half, I think we should be pretty confident they can make some serious noise in the playoffs.
If I could say something real quick, I agree with both what both you guys are saying. My concern, and I'll be happy if they get a 6 seed or higher. If they start a play-in, I'll be happy. I'm watching the game last night, and I'm saying to myself, can we win? And I'm going after Noah right away. Can we win with our best player who has he doesn't and our best player being Embiid. Unfortunately, he is our best player. You know, at the beginning of the year, we were saying Maxey needs to be our best player, but Embiid is our best player. But can we win with his type of leadership where, I don't know, he just seems like sometimes lackadaisical when it comes to like, um, being a leader. It's just, I don't know. It's something about him that I haven't seen from a championship level team, like that type of leadership. And that concerns me more, other than his health. That's what's second on my list is his leadership style. And it's kind of frustrating for me to watch him out there. Great player.
So,
Or
Chuck,
where
are
you're
you
watching
saying that? Chuck, are you saying you've never seen someone similar to him as far as leadership lead a team to a championship?
Yes, sir.
I have.
Is before you tell me who it is?
Hmm.
Is it did it does this person consistently win, or was it like an aberration?
No, he consistently won.
Okay. Who is it? Who's
Tim
the
Duncan.
who's
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan?
Yeah. Tim Duncan was
I just
not.
heard my
what you
own
were-
echo.
Yeah.
The
Tim
big
Duncan was
fundamental?
not. Listen, he was not what you would call your quintessential rah-rah leader type,
That's
right? He
terrible.
wasn't.
That's terrible.
Chuck, I don't care. Listen, he wasn't.
You're
He
comparing his
wasn't that
leadership style
guy.
to Embiid's?
Listen, the leader on those Spurs teams was one guy. His name was Greg Popovich.
Okay.
He was the leader. He was. Right? Tim Duncan was not.
Okay.
He wasn't a Jordan leader. He wasn't Magic. He wasn't Bird. He just went out there and did his job. Now, I can't speak for what he was doing in the locker room, but on the floor, he was just doing his job. Very similar to Embiid. Now, I agree with you. He is not someone that I would look to for leadership. I'm looking to Maxey for that. And to your point, listen, it's a fair point saying that you don't know if Embiid can lead us to a championship. That's fair.
Talent wise, he can. I'm talking
Talent-wise-
about. I just never seen a leader
Right.
like I don't. I got to really think about the Tim Duncan comparison.
That was the first guy that came to my mind. What are you saying, Noah?
Does the best player have to be the leader on the team? I don't think
No.
that's.
No, but it makes it a lot easier.
To
And can I ask how are you coming at me
Here
in
it
this?
comes, here it comes.
How did you say you were coming at me? I just said the Sixers aren't going to do anything.
No, and I agree with you. Your whole when you let off, everything you said, I agree with. I totally agree with. I'm not getting super psyched about these 2 wins. I think we're too top heavy. I think I don't know what's going on with Barlow. He's averaging like 3 rebounds a game for some reason. Every game I see him, 3 rebounds. Grimes is inconsistent. Maxey's amazing. Don't get me wrong.
Grimes
VJ's
been playing
been
well
great.
recently.
But those 3, so VJ, Maxey, and Embiid, those are like it's a super topic. I agree everything you said. I'm just looking at Embiid and just over the years, and he's not getting any younger. I just have a hard time believing like his demeanor and him trying to hold people accountable. And Troy, I'm surprised that you're Mr. Accountable, that you haven't been like all over this. That lack of accountability from himself and from his teammates has been something that's been missing with him and his career. I'll give him a little bit of credit, and I'm surprised people aren't making more of this. He at the trade deadline, he said not to duck the tax. He was basically telling Morey not to do that, which I thought took some leadership. And he acknowledged that a lot of times the Sixers were ducking the tax because he was hurt. And it made sense for them to do it because maybe they felt like they weren't going anywhere. But for him to ask that, for them not to duck the tax and they trade McCain, made our team weaker. We're already super top heavy. Was something that kind of surprised me. But I was just noticing that last night. I'm just kind of like, I just don't know he can. I agree with you, Troy. The more I'm kind of thinking about Tim Duncan, maybe it's not a bad comparison when you have a coach who has the personality of Pop. The Sixers don't have that.
No, they don't.
And I think if you swap Timmy two-step with Embiid right now, and I think the Sixers would be a better team. Like even if he played the same amount of games, I think he's just a better player, better two-way player.
Oh, you're not going to get a disagreement out of me with that. I do think Tim Duncan's a better player. But I was just looking at their leadership style.
Yeah,
I do think you mentioned Grimes and you mentioned Barlow. I do think those guys, those are the type of players that play better when Embiid is on the floor. They get a lot of their looks are more or easier when Embiid's on the floor. So like, listen, they're marginal players at best.
Yeah.
So, when Embiid is out and, teams can concentrate on those guys, they're not going to do much. Like Barlow, he gets a lot of buckets off of his cuts when Embiid has the ball in the post. When teams are focused on Embiid, he can come in and get an offensive rebound. So, during the
Troy,
course
he
of the
hasn't been
year,
doing
I've
that.
just noticed that they play better when he's on the floor, when Embiid's on the floor.
You might be right. I think the whole team plays well, but that's a good point. I think the marginal, not the marginal player, but just the role players do play better when Embiid's there. My problem with Barlow, and again, we can move on if you guys want, is the fact that if he's not rebounding and he doesn't space the floor, he plays well defensively, but if he's not rebounding at a high clip, what are we doing here? Like I don't know. Like after he signed that contract, was like, oh, I'm good. I don't need to prove anything. Early in the year, he was getting his rebound rate was impressive. Now it's regular.
Yeah.
So
you
that's
could
my
also
concern.
chalk it up. I'm sorry, Kobe, but you could also chuck this up to. This is probably the most he's ever played, right? He could be a little tired, the same way Maxi's a little tired. VJ, everyone. Grimes too. Grimes was shooting great early in the year, and he's kind of taking a step back. So listen, it's the doldrums of February. The 3 games after the All-Star break was, obviously lackluster. I don't have a lot of, Kobe, you said, or maybe who said that this East was wide open. I do think Detroit is probably the best team in the NBA. I would say. I don't think that the East is wide open as a lot of people tend to talk about. I think
Cool.
Detroit.
I know you want.
the
I think Detroit's going
Pistons
to win the East.
are better than the Thunder.
I think they're on par. I think they're on par with the Thunder. But I don't know if you guys remember early in the year we had our predictions. The Spurs. I think the Spurs are going to make the finals.
I do
And
remember that.
I think
did
I
say
had
that.
them. I think I had them winning.
That
You
was
guys
your-
remember?
that
You guys
was your
remember when I
team,
said
yeah.
Cade MVP?
No.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
did say
remember
that. I do remember.
Noah
you
called
saying
that.
Yeah, I do
Noah
remember you
did
saying
call
that.
Cade for
And
MVP.
listen,
What
I
is he,
placed a
third?
bet. He should be first right now. Listen, Jokic and SGA, they're not going to be considered for MVP because they haven't. At some point in time, they're not going to play enough games, so they're going
Yeah,
to be out.
I think Jokic only missed one more game, and SGA
Yeah,
has like 5 or something.
yeah,
I think
Yes.
Wemby only has like 2 more games he can miss.
yeah. I think it'll be Cade
Yeah,
between
so-
Cade and Jaylen Brown at this point.
Before we get off the Sixers, I just have a question to all of you guys. Where would you be happy the Sixers finishing the year, both in the regular season and in the playoffs, for Morey and Nurse to keep their jobs. I don't think Morey's going anywhere because he just started that new contract. But I guess anything could happen. They both have made a ton of mistakes this year.
Oh, he needs to go someplace.
But what will you be happy with the Sixers ending up in a regular season and performing in the playoffs? You say, you know what? They can come back for another year.
I think if you get over that hump of getting out of the second round with whatever group of guys you have in the playoffs, that's got to be a victory for this team. Coming into the year, you didn't really know what you're going to get from Embiid. You didn't know what you're going to get from Paul George. You didn't really know what you're going to get from VJ. So I think if they get out of the second round, make the Eastern Conference Finals, especially if they're beating someone like New York, Detroit, Boston in the second round to get there, I think that's a win for this team. That's not where I'd want to see them. I obviously want to see them make the finals and win, but for them to keep their jobs,
you would be
I
okay
think
with
that
Morey
would
coming
be-
back next year and Nurse coming back if they made the Eastern Conference Finals?
I would be okay with that.
Okay.
I would be okay.
I think that's fair. How about you, Troy?
Daryl Morey can pack his bags today. Today he can go. They can
Thought
make
you
the
never
Eastern Conference
wanted
Finals
people to lose their jobs, Troy.
only when it's
He'll
warranted.
be okay. He's
Yeah,
making
he'll be
that.
fine.
Daryl
No,
Morey
seriously,
will be
listen.
out.
If, in all honesty, if they made the Eastern Conference Finals, yeah, I mean they're not going to get fired. Neither of them.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, but is that the threshold? They lose in the second round.
Well,
They're
yeah,
both-
because if they lose in the first round or don't make the playoffs, then I think they both have to go.
No, so let's say they come in sixth. They would play New York right now. In the first round, they beat.
I
New
don't
York,
care who they
lose in the
play. I
second
don't
round.
care who they play. Doesn't matter who they play.
No, I'm just saying. So I'm just saying, it's the Eastern Conference Finals or nothing.
Yes,
Is that what you're saying?
correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So if they lose in the first round,
as-
if they don't make the playoffs, if they lose in the first, if they lose in the second, changes have to be made. Ideally,
I'm not
the
as-
big change that I would want is I hit the lottery and buy the Sixers from Josh Harris. I would like him going,
Well,
but that's not going to happen. So
don't waste
What
your money on
what
the
I
Sixers,
also
dude.
think, I
Huh?
also think because of how bad the trade deadline went, that in another year, in another regular year, if Embiid was out, missed a few playoff games and they get bounced in the first or second round, it's like, okay, run it back. Try to get Embiid back healthy. We liked what we saw when all the guys were on the court together. Let's run it back. But if that were to happen this year, I would give less of a leash to Daryl Morey because of the disaster the trade deadline was. Because you traded Jeremy Kane and didn't get anything back to help this team win now. I would give him a
Let's-
lot less of a leash for whatever happens the rest of the season, regardless of injury.
Let's zoom out for a second though. Let's say he didn't bring anyone on at the trade deadline and he got rid of McCain, but that enabled him to sign Grimes. And then they took that first round pick,
wait a minute. What are you talking
They-
about? What are you talking about?
like not having McCain. Let me finish and then you can talk. Let's say they're able to in the offseason, they sign Grimes, they take that first round pick, move up in the draft, move up in the top 10. I don't know who's available, but move up in the top 10 and get a decent player that's cost controlled. Would you look at the McCain thing and be like, you know what? What else? It wasn't that bad.
No, I would not. Because first of all, you don't need to sign
take
Grimes.
a long time.
You don't need to sign Grimes in the offseason. He's on a rookie contract. So what are you signing him to?
Hold up, Grimes.
I'm sorry, Grimes. I'm thinking VJ. No, I still wouldn't because I would much rather have McCain on this team than Grimes.
Okay. So there's no. You have to give it to Daryl. He's a good drafter.
But Chuck,
Can we
forget it.
let's please stop this gimmick that he's a good drafter.
Yeah, like
He's a good drafter.
he got lucky a couple times. I think he's better at recognizing talent on other teams versus
Whoa.
drafting. I think he got lucky.
He
got
drafted
lucky,
well.
Max.
Oh my God, I don't understand. He has drafted well.
But he made common sense picks.
Well, McCain wasn't.
And Chuck,
You even
Chuck,
mentioned the other day, Troy.
I
B-ball
did
Paul.
right. That's
Like,
the one time. That's the one pick that he had
well,
was
he said McCain. What
McCain.
about B-ball Paul? You mentioned him like in the chat the other day. That was a good
Okay,
pick.
fine. He's good, but
Isaiah-
he traded him away, or he didn't sign
That's
him
different.
again.
That's two different things. We're talking about drafting. We're not talking about his GM moves. We're talking about drafting.
Okay, so even all right, let's say he's a great drafter. I don't think it makes up for the other moves that he's made that have blown up in his face. So I'm not his
We'll
biggest
see.
fan.
Which move? Like he didn't. If we go to the GM moves, he didn't sign Grimes to $30 million like he wanted him to.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't
Yeah.
trade our draft picks for Siakam. Like the Sixers are loaded with draft picks. They're
They're not
their
loaded
cap
with
next year.
draft picks. They're not
Well, they have a
loaded.
decent number of draft picks. Like and they have
Okay,
they'll be under the cap a
OKC is
little bit.
loaded. OKC is loaded with draft
I'm
picks.
not, yes, they're.
Thank you.
But the Sixers have a decent number of draft picks. If they want to move up in his draft, that they can, and that's all because of Daryl. Like he didn't purposely
but Chuck,
give draft picks away.
But Chuck, he
I'm not
said it
defending-
himself.
I'm a Daryl fan, but he hasn't done a great job.
He said it himself that he was trying to move that draft pick in another trade
Yeah.
that he never had set up. So like this draft
Yeah,
pick,
I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not defending. If he goes,
and
over
also Chuck, if you're dealing with OKC, they have better draft picks than that pick that he got. Like, why not try to go for a higher pick? So, like, listen, I don't hate Morey. I don't like the job that he's done. He's left a lot to be desired to me. So, like, if they got rid of him this year, I have no problem with it.
I agree. I'm not going to. I
Go ahead.
wouldn't cry, but I think he's done a deep. I don't think you guys give him enough credit with his evaluation of talent, both in free agency and also in the draft. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I look at that like he has help. I don't think he's just making those moves by himself.
Yeah.
Like if you remember when Maxey got drafted, Doc Rivers was outspoken about how much he liked Maxey.
Don't listen to
I
anything
don't-
Doc Rivers ever says, man. Please.
Kobe, I agree with you.
Please.
One day you're going to
He's
be
a liar.
You're going to be running a business, and know what you do. You surround yourself with really, really smart people. I'm not saying Doc's one of them, but you surround yourself with really smart people, and then you use them to help you make decisions. And that's part of being a GM. I don't mind Daryl doing that. I'm sure he's not making this stuff in a vacuum. He's hiring people who are really smart, and then they come up with, hey, I think we should do this, and then he has a final decision.
Can I just
Do you
say,
think? Go ahead.
if there was a March Madness that year Maxey was drafted, like I'm pretty sure it was because there was COVID, like he wouldn't have fell to us.
No, not at
Okay,
all.
but he did. He did.
Correct.
Like, I don't tell you. I agree with you. But
And
he
also
did. Daryl picked him.
McCain was like the best player on the board other than Connect when he was drafted.
Okay. Well, he took McCain. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, he
Overrated
got him credit,
drafter.
dude. How about VJ? When all of you guys in this chat wanted freaking Ace
Oh
Bailey.
no. Don't
Oh
say
my
that.
That's not
God!
true.
I have the
Don't say
receipt.
that.
And no, don't you even start.
can keep it.
You know you.
I said
wanted
either
Chuck,
Ace Bailey
first of
or
all,
Ace Bailey.
Chuck, you had no idea who any of these guys
I
were.
didn't know any of them. I'm not. I still wanted Derek Queen. I'll cop to that.
You wanted to trade Joel Embiid and our pick to get Derek
Derek.
Queen.
Yeah. Yes,
No, I
you did. You did. That
And
was
I
in the
beat
chat.
Embiid? I didn't want
Yeah,
Embiid
that was in the chat.
traded. No, I
Do
said I
we
wanted
trade?
I wanted him to trade
Do we
down.
trade Embiid?
I'm not listening to this. I'm not listening to this.
Listen.
I
Can we
said
have
I
a
wanted to trade
conversation?
down, get more picks, and pick Derek Queen. Look, on hindsight, again, that career's not over, but on hindsight, that was a terrible thing. But
Like, please don't lie and
VJ,
say
you got to give him credit.
Please don't lie and say that, and not say that I didn't mention VJ's name and a possible pick of ours. Like, don't say that, because I did.
All right, well, whatever.
Can we have a conversation
Well,
about Nick
going-
Nurse?
Sure.
Oh, Kobe, no, go ahead, Kobe. It's fine.
Do you want to?
No, it's fine.
Well, I
What were
was
you
gonna
gonna
say going from it doesn't seem like it's huge news on the Eagles front, but going from one GM to another who I don't think we would argue is or would argue about his capability of drafting Howie Roseman. Apparently there were comments made about AJ Brown that's getting some flame in the media from Nick Sirianni, who said he's not sure if he would be back next season. I don't know if you guys saw any of those comments or have any thoughts about those comments. It really just seemed like he was talking about the team as a whole, and at this point not knowing what to expect tomorrow, let alone when the season starts. But of course it involved AJ Brown, so it's going to make headlines. I don't think there's anything to it. Am I missing something?
Yeah, Kobe, you're missing a lot. What did you see last year that made you think that AJ was thrilled to be here and was happy with his quarterback? Like, he doesn't want to be here. And I think Noah, stop the face. I think the Eagles should take advantage of this. There has to be 4 teams in the NFC that don't want those other 3 teams to get AJ. I think
in the NFC or AFC? I think in either league.
AFC.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I think between the Bills, the Ravens,
The Patriots.
the Patriots, and I'm missing a team. Maybe Houston. None of those teams want the other teams to get AJ Brown. They're going to bid high for this guy. He doesn't want to be here. I think the Eagles can get a haul, and I think they should take advantage of it.
A couple of weeks ago, I was just like, yeah, he'll be here. But the more I thought about it, the more it doesn't make sense for the Eagles to listen, because there will be a bidding war, right? And if some team is stupid enough to offer a couple of number ones and number 2, like, you have to jump on that. You have to take advantage of that. I do think the Eagles want him here because they're not going to replace him. They can't replace him. I don't know if AJ. Listen, last year AJ, like we said this before, he wears his emotions on his sleeve. Sometimes he takes that out onto the field. He looks miserable, right? I think with a new offensive coordinator, he's probably a little more excited to be here. He'll probably be like, all right, let's try this guy out before he really says, no, you got to trade me. So I think he's probably willing to stick it out for another year. I'm definitely sure that the Eagles are willing to stick it out for another year.
I just think this year he'll be turning 29.
I agree.
Next year
I
he'll
hear
be
what you're saying.
Turning 30.
I hear what you're saying.
Maybe the Patriots and whoever draft a wide receiver this year. You think the Patriots are going to let?
No, Chuck. Again, they're not. They're not.
Noah raised his
But-
hand. That's awesome.
But what happened?
Noah raised his hand. I think that's awesome.
But
I have my hand raised too.
I listen. I just think that the Eagles will listen, and if somebody blows them away with a deal, they're going to trade him,
I agree.
and it makes sense.
That's my whole stance, Troy.
And it makes
That's
sense.
my whole stance. If someone blows him away, I don't mind him making a deal.
Right.
If not, he's going to have to play here. But I think his value will be a little less next year than it is this year. So
Possibly, but I don't
Yeah,
care.
you
But
have
like
to- you
right
have to
now,
wait.
like they're in a win now window. So having him on this team makes the Eagles a better team this year.
Yep.
So I'm fine either way. I'm not fine either way. I want AJ Brown on the Eagles, but I do understand from a business perspective that every it's they're all commodities. Every player has a price tag on next to his name, and at some point in time, that price tag turns into value and what kind of value you can get in return for this player. So if the Eagles can get good value for him, they're gonna make a deal. I don't doubt that at all.
Noah has his hand raised.
No, what you got?
I don't know if you guys have been seeing like these mock trades for like what we would get for AJ Brown, but like you guys genuinely look at those mock trades and think, oh yeah, like this
No.
would be good for our team.
No,
I can
but-
agree. I can agree. AJ Brown, he wasn't happy last year, obviously, but like to say like he doesn't want to be here, like he said multiple times, this literally in the past couple weeks. Oh, Philly's home. I want to be here. It was just frustrating. Our offense being like this, and like where do you guys think AJ Brown's gonna go? Like, what organization is like better run than the Eagles, where he's gonna find more success, like, than being on the Eagles?
You need to talk to him about that. That's not our fault. He's the one that's miserable.
I would be miserable too if I was a part of that offense last year. I'm sure everybody was miserable on the team. Like, it's not
correct.
just AJ Brown. And do you think after last season, AJ Brown's like has like so much trade value after like the performances he put up last year? Like,
yes,
there
he
was-
does.
Like everyone wants to blame like everyone else but AJ Brown for like the performance of himself last year. Like, yes, the scheme was terrible. There was so many instances where he just looked so like he doesn't like he didn't want to be out there. Like he was just he was tired of running the same like slant and go ball and like come back. Like I would be tired of that too. He's jogging routes in the biggest moments of the game. He's dropping passes. And then everyone's like, "Oh my God, I feel so bad for AJ Brown. He's stuck with Jalen Hurts as his quarterback." Like, it was a terrible season. Everyone at least from what I've seen, all the skill players that I've heard talk about the new system, they're very excited to learn in it. They said, I saw Saquon say it's one of the like most intricate, most impressive schemes he's been a part of. It was a terrible season, but like AJ Brown wasn't the only one that was upset about it. Like he just was the one who spoke up about it most.
All right, listen.
And
I'm
I just
not
think
disagreeing with
you just like to look at all the negative headlines and like when I send in the posts and the stories about AJ Brown saying he wants to be here, you're like you don't even look at him. Like you just want to look at
I look at them.
what Diana
Don't
Rossini like wants us to say about the Eagles. Like
She's a credible source, by the way. On the other,
I don't
no,
know
we
how
are doing
credible.
a podcast. She's in the locker room, Troy. Like she's credible.
I don't know,
She,
man.
like-
It's like she just throws stuff out there. I swear.
she's a moron.
I do. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far, but she does.
She's
it just seems
piped
like-
in.
I don't know how piped in she is.
I'm saying, and no, you're coming at me. I'm just reporting. I'm just this. First of all, we're doing a podcast, so we need to talk about like we can't talk like the flowers and sunshine.
There's no
all the
problem.
time. People,
I just
that's
want
not
you
interesting.
I just want you to be honest. Like you're saying he doesn't want to be here when he stated multiple times.
He
wants to
does. Dude, what did you see last year that said, "Oh, he wants to be here"?
What? Dad,
Yeah,
he
listen,
literally-
last
he
year-
literally just said on I forgot what podcast when he was with Micah and wherever when that was a Super Bowl week or whatever. He literally said Philly is home. He literally those words came out of his mouth. He said he wants to be here. He literally said that.
And Chuck-
So why would I not believe that? And don't be quiet after that. Like come on.
Go ahead, son. Go ahead, son.
Reply, Dad.
Okay, fine.
I was just gonna say, like, hold the same standard for other players. Like, what have other players shown that they want to be here? Like, you don't see Devontae Smith. Obviously, he's not as outspoken about the team being bad as AJ is, but he's not like raving about being in Philly either. So I just feel like hold the same standard for other players as you would for AJ.
I just think that it was a miserable season for a lot of players. AJ is a little bit more emotional than everyone else, and he wears those emotions on his sleeve. And to his detriment, he can allow it to affect his game. Yeah, I don't know if he wants to leave any more so than any other player on his team. I do think if I'm AJ Brown that we fired our offensive coordinator. We brought in somebody new who's revamping our offense to a more passing friendly game. So like I'd be more excited to be in this offense.
Yeah.
So
And I think AJ mentioned that. I think he mentioned the fact that he's looking forward to kind of working with the new offensive coordinator. So there you go, Noah. I gave you some positivity about your boy AJ.
he doesn't care. He's not listening to you anymore. He's muted you.
He's checked out. He's checked out. He's got his hand down. He's got his hand down.
Okay.
But what I am looking forward to is the continuation of our new segment, the Nutritional Corner, started by my father and I, Colby and Troy's Nutritional Corner. We'll get into that next, fellas, after that Eagles talk. Dad, I don't know what you have today for the Nutritional Corner, but I have a tip for building lean muscle for everybody out there that might be struggling in building lean muscle. Just a simple little thing you can do in your diet that can make a big difference. You guys ready? You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Ready for this? No, are you listening? Yeah, your protein
Does
shake?
this apply to old men like myself and Chuck?
Yeah, this should be tailored
Yeah,
around
so
us,
I
folks.
think that it is obviously nutrition is arguably the tricky variable when it comes to building muscle, losing body fat, right? Figuring out what to do with nutrition and getting in protein for a lot of people is really challenging with restrictions that some people have and not knowing really what to eat. But there are things that you can do to help yourself. So I think that what I've noticed help personally and other people is with every meal that you have, adding or having a cup of milk, of whole milk with it. Right. And I usually, honestly, I'll eat without drinking anything because I want my food to digest properly. So I'll usually drink like water or something afterwards. So having a cup of milk after your meal, that could be a big boost to protein. There's about 8 grams of protein per serving of whole fat milk. So I think adding that to your diet will make you'll see a huge difference if you're trying to build
So,
muscle.
Cole, if I could just, before you go on, I'll just say that if I drank a whole cup of whole milk, I couldn't leave the house.
Are you lactose intolerant?
Yeah, if you're going to throw my business out to everyone, yes.
Oh, okay.
There's no way.
All right.
I would be, anything I would eat would not
almond milk.
last. But it doesn't have protein in it.
It does. It's not as much protein, but it does have protein.
Okay. I can look into that.
Not nearly as much. You're right. Not nearly as much as whole milk. But
I could do.
that's fair.
I mean, I
I'm
can't
sure-
do milk.
No.
I can do yogurt. I can do Greek yogurt. I can do.
Yeah, I guess this is more for
Lactose-free
like
milk.
Noah's generation, maybe even younger. If you're like a teenager and you're just like a hard gainer, where like you're like you just struggle putting on muscle. You're a hard gainer. Adding that, like a couple of whole milk, whole fat milk, to your day to day, that would put you over the edge.
Got it.
Why don't you just have lactose-free milk?
You can do
Who?
that too.
Well, I
I
could,
don't
but I'm not
I
like
don't
a big milk
discriminate on
drinker.
my milk.
Like
Does that have
I
the
don't-
same amount of protein? If anyone could
I don't
look that
know.
up real quick.
I know there's like a carton of lactose-free milk in the fridge that has a good amount of protein. I'm not like a milk guy though. Like I don't.
Yeah, I'm not a milk guy either. I don't drink milk raw because
I use almond milk for
No.
my protein shakes and stuff.
I use lactose-free.
Lactate free
fat-free
protein whole
milk.
milk, 13 grams in every serving. That's
There you go.
pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the one in the fridge has like 14 grams and it's lactose-free.
Yeah, I can't drink milk
There you
raw.
go.
It's barbaric. That's why you're
Hey,
built like a
son, did you work out?
barbarian, Colby.
You worked out today, right, son?
I did work out today.
What did you work on?
I did a pull day, so I did deadlifts, some back, biceps.
You and Noah. You both did pull days.
And how do you know Noah did? How do you know? You guys were talking about exercises before I got on or something?
Yeah, we were. We were waiting for you. As we were waiting for you, we had to
Jerks.
kill some time. So
Freaking beans. It's crazy.
So let me ask you a question. I love the ways to put on like to add extra protein, but like what about like I don't want to put on extra weight. That's a whole milk will like even let's say I wasn't lactose intolerant. Like that just seems like it's
Well-
excess calories for the little bit of I guess for a moderate amount of protein I would be getting. Is there another way I can add something to my daily meal that's gonna add some protein to it?
yeah,
That's
protein
not so.
shake.
Yeah.
So that would be
I
that would be
like
my
chia
meal,
seed.
though. I guess, right?
It can be depending on
milk?
what type of protein you get. You can get like a meal replacement protein, which would be it's
Chia
pretty
seeds are
good
great.
actually.
Chia,
Okay.
chia seeds are
um,
great to add to oatmeal. Protein shakes. But yeah, like the milk thing, is more for guys like I said, around Noah's age, maybe even a little younger, that are just hard gainers that need that extra boost of protein from somewhere. Don't know where to get it from. They're really trying to just put on muscle.
If
But
you're
I
a
got
hard
the
Yeah, there are
gainer,
a lot of
thing.
different ways you could.
if you're a hard gainer and trying to put on weight and like it for a young kid, Kobe, I used to tell you all the time, like just start eating peanut butter and jellies. That helps.
You did tell me that. You did tell me that all the time.
Just eat peanut
It'll
butter
get
and
you.
jellies, man.
It'll get your cup of milk in. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Can't have PB&J without milk.
The gaining part I got down pat. That's fine. I don't.
Let me ask you a
No,
question.
what kind of
like,
exercises did you do for your whole day?
Started with lat pull downs and I did rear delt flies. It's pretty busy in my gym, so I can't really do what I want to do in the right order. But I did rear delt flies and I did seated cable row, lat pull over, preacher curls, and then reverse curls. And then I did
That's
abs.
solid. I love that. That's solid. The pullovers you did with a dumbbell.
No, I did it on the cable.
No, you said that you did pullover. You did not the rear delta. You said you did pullovers.
Yeah, I
cable?
did it with. Yeah. Maybe that's not what it's called. It's like the thing where you,
the lat pull down.
Oh, the lat pull. Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's like the. I know what you mean. That is a lat.
So lat exercise.
It is a lat pull down. Yeah, it is a lat pull down. Yeah, that sounds like a solid pull day.
You didn't ask me what I did today.
What'd you do, Dad? Yeah.
I ran 2 miles.
Did you
I
really?
jumped rope 1,000 and 1,050 times. A core workout, 600 reps. No, I'm sorry. 60, 120. 300 reps, core workout, and then some biceps, just preacher curls for biceps. And I tried to do some shoulders, but I had to get out of there real quick. So
I don't know how you got all that in. How long were you at the gym for?
I got there. I got there 6, and I left at a little before 8.
So you ran 2 miles, did 1,000 reps of jump
100,000.
ropes, and 300 reps of core. That's crazy. Cardio machine. And for all those people listening, my dad has always been the ultimate hybrid athlete in the sense that like my friends in high school would see him. I didn't go to the gym when I was in high school, but my friends did, and they would see my dad run 5Ks and then go lift. So like he was the ultimate hybrid and has been the ultimate hybrid athlete for a long time. So not even surprised when you throw out numbers like that.
Do you guys work out together?
No, we
not
used to.
really.
but we go to
Yeah, like
different
when
gyms.
we were at the same gym, we did, but not now. He's surpassed me. Like I can't do his workouts. He's nuts.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is true.
I can't even get my sons to watch
I wouldn't do
TV.
300 reps at core.
Like it's not hard. Like you just do. It was like I have 4 exercises that I did, 15 reps each, and it was 4 rounds, and then I had another exercise that I just did. I don't know, like 4 rounds or like 20 times, something like that. I'm not killing myself out there, trust me. I'm too old for that. What?
While
did
we're
yoga.
You've always-
a little bit of a
Were you gonna
go ahead, Cope.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
No, just we have our producer on. He's making his cheese steaks and takes debut. In the background there. Zach, can you hear us? I guess not.
Yo, what's up, Zach?
He said he's got a lag.
Drew, we have to. I used to hit the gym with Drew a couple of times. We gotta get another workout in.
I was at the gym this morning. Thank you for asking.
What'd you work at? What'd you work on? What'd you work on?
I also went to the gym at 6 in the morning. I did yoga, did medium heat, did my ashtangas, my vinyasas, my johns, all that jazz.
Wow.
It was fun.
I don't know if those are real
That-
things, but that sounds awesome.
That's impressive to me. Because like I told you earlier, yoga's tough.
I'm trying to
very tough.
do the wheel. Once in a while, I can do a wheel,
What
but
is that?
it's when you bridge and then you just use your arms to like bridge yourself even more into a wheel.
Yeah.
I can do it sometimes.
That sounds crazy.
It does.
Kobe, you didn't ask me if I went to the gym.
Did you? I assume you went to the gym.
Don't assume I did not go to the gym today.
Are you seeing
I
this
did not go.
button? Recording.
Did you hit? I think Kobe's off. All right. I think Kobe's going through the technical difficulties. Can we, Troy, could you take us through? Let's transition. I'm hitting the transition button.
No one heard it, but go ahead.
I didn't hear it either. So much-
Maybe because we have our producer here, so you can't.
Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe that's why. So, I'm going to go back in. Kobe, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to transition into some low college basketball.
Yeah. All right, so now that we know everyone worked out today, except Chuck, we're
I
gonna get
shoveled. Does that
into-
count? Shoveling
No.
doesn't count.
No.
Oh, that's what you said. Shovel.
Boo.
That does count. That counts.
Thank
a lot.
Boo.
So March Madness is coming up, guys.
It's weak.
Carolina, they have pretty cool about North Carolina, Dad. They mentioned it after their last game. They won't be leaving Chapel Hill for the rest of the season, or they won't be leaving the state of North Carolina for the rest of the season. They have 2 more home games, and then they play Duke and Durham.
Yeah,
So that's pretty cool
That's good.
with the injuries that they have going on with Caleb Wilson. And
That was your
getting
late
that.
transition.
But March Madness, are we gonna do a cheesesteaks and takes bracket?
Of course.
We can. I would
think
like
we
that.
have to.
I'm pretty.
We've done
I'm
everything
pretty
else
awesome at
under
it
the sun.
actually. But Kobe and Troy and Noah, I guess Noah might be watching a little bit more college basketball than me as well.
Oh.
What? Give me like the top teams who you think might be number 1 seeds. Tell me about like some top players who to look for if I'm watching March Madness. How much are they making a year? Some sleeper teams. Who's the Sixers are going to probably pick it like in the mid 20s. Who's any player around that, and that might be projected around that time. Give me something.
You know what I saw a mock draft that had Henry Vessar go to the Sixers.
Who is
Dad,
he? And
I'll
tell me
take
about
that. I'll take that.
I wouldn't. He doesn't.
You wouldn't?
Who is
doesn't
he?
re- He's the big man from
he
North
would-
Carolina.
He would be a backup center.
He doesn't rebound.
I'll
He
take
averaged 5 rebounds a game last year, and he's not consistent as a
I'll take
rebounder.
him.
Does he?
He's
Is
he's
he-
a so Chuck.
Can he
To give
space
you
the
a-
floor? Does he play
Yeah, he
defense?
does.
What does he do?
He's a floor spacer. That's probably like he's 7 feet tall.
Mhm.
He can shoot threes. He's pretty good around the basket. He doesn't have a great post game, but he's physical, and at the college level, he's usually the biggest guy on the court more often than not.
How big is he?
But he's
He's like 6'10" maybe.
7. He's 7 feet tall. He's a 7 foot.
Is he? He would be a good stretch 4.
250.
Okay.
He would be a stretch.
Give me a
4.
comp.
Comp. I can't give you a comp right now.
Is he like that guy from Indiana last night?
He's-
He watched the game?
I didn't watch the game.
From the Pacers.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
The
the Pacers game.
What's his name? Who are you
yes,
talking about?
yes.
I don't even.
Yeah, he would be similar to him.
Hold on, let me get his name.
I forgot his name, but he hit a
And,
couple threes last night.
Jay Huff.
J Huff.
I'm thinking of Jay
He hit a
Huff.
few threes.
Oh yeah.
Had some inside buckets on Embiid. Yeah, he would be similar to that. But Chuck, like to your question, the top 4 seeds will probably be Duke, Arizona, Michigan, and some combination of Houston, Iowa State, maybe UConn. That's on right now, depending on how the conference tournaments break out. So, but the top 3 seeds are definitely Duke, Michigan, and Arizona. I think.
I know it was a big Duke Michigan game last week.
Yeah.
That is it. Cam Boozer?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about him. What's his game like?
His game
Is
is
it like his dad?
similar. He's not overly athletic, but he's a big, strong kid. I didn't realize how big he was until I really watched him against Carolina's bigs. I was like, he's
Is he Bankero big?
similar, but like they have a similar build, but different games. Like he's a more inside force than
Back to the basket.
Benkera, yeah, back to the basket. He could step out and hit a couple shots, but I wouldn't expect that at the next level. He's more of a banger. He has good vision, decent enough handle for a big man. He's a good player. He's a good player.
Yeah. Everybody's going like at least top 3-ish.
I don't think he's the best freshman in the country. But he's up there.
Out of those number 1 seeds you mentioned, who is the best player out of that on those? Not the best player on each team. This overall out of that group, what player is the best? I want to know who to look for.
I don't know. Who would you say, Colby?
Koa Pete on Arizona might be a guy to watch. I think he's he's a freshman, so he'll be a first-round draft pick, probably a top 10 pick. He's averaging 13 points, 5 rebounds, 6'8".
Yeah, you know what? I watched them play. They played. I forgot who they played, but I didn't think he played that great. I wasn't like overly impressed with him. I know he's a good player. It's just in that one particular game, I wasn't overly impressed with him. I'm telling you, like the kid from AJ DeBansta, is that how you pronounce his last name? From BYU.
Yeah.
He's good. Every time I watch him play, he's killing it.
He's a killer.
And you could just tell he's just better than everybody else on the floor. He's got a motor that I love.
Let's tell me about him a little bit. Like, why did he pick BYU? Was it just strictly money?
It's money. Dude.
I can't really remember the last player
It's
that looked
money.
like us that came out of BYU.
It's money.
Mormon money got him there.
They got him there. And I'm telling you right now, that's who Danny Ainge is going after. He's tanking for him. He wants to keep him in Utah.
I don't hate
He
him
wants
for
to
it.
keep him in Utah.
How about
yeah, but like I know we've talked about the freshmen before. There are a lot of good freshmen in college basketball
A
this
lot
year.
of great freshmen.
The point guard from Houston. I like that Fleming's
Yeah,
kid.
he's awesome.
is that the guy who had like 50 or something the other night? Is it no?
I don't know if that was.
Oh, okay.
I think
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Again, this is stuff I'm like hearing in the background. I haven't watched one college basketball game this year. So I
Why?
don't know what's going on.
Just pick a team and follow. Pick UConn.
Yeah,
Why
UConn,
do you hate UConn?
I don't hate UConn. I'm fine with UConn. It's fine. I could root for UConn if I have to. They got a chance.
Yeah, they're good enough.
What about
They're not as good as
What
they
about
were in
any
previous
sleeper-
years to me, but they're good.
Troy? What about anybody in the Big Five coming like making a move?
The Big Five. At the
Anybody in the Big
Palestra.
Five?
If you're looking
Come
for
on.
like
No,
a next,
there's nobody in the Big
Temple?
Five. Nova, Temple,
St. Joe's?
LaSalle.
Nobody? LaSalle? Nobody?
No, they're not. I'm
Oh
sorry.
man, that's terrible.
So wait, so you didn't watch college basketball when St. Joe's made their run? With Jameer Nelson?
With Jameer Nelson and yeah, I watched that team.
Okay.
They were like 30 and 1 or something. Or they were undefeated going into the tournament, I think, weren't they?
Yeah, I think they lost one. They lost
They might
one.
have lost one, yeah.
Yeah,
they were
I
good
was
squad.
heartbroken when they lost to Oklahoma.
It
Oklahoma
all
State.
tailed off. So it started. I'm not saying it ended in '96 when Drew was born, but it started to tail off when Drew was born. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So I was still watching it. How about like just give me one sleeper team as we'll do a bracket, but what
Colby, you had
like,
what happened to him? He left?
Kobe. I think he lost his connection. He'll be back on. You got
A sleeper
teams?
team.
And what's up?
For me, it would be BYU because of AJ.
But where are they ranked?
Right now they're ranked number 19th.
Yeah, I guess that would be a sleeper
You want a
team.
sleeper? You want a sleeper a little bit?
No, that
lower than
19,
that?
19 is a sleeper pick to me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. What about
They can make a run. If he-
what's North Carolina's chances of
They're ranked number 18. It all depends on Caleb Wilson if he comes back. When he comes back. Um, like what kind of shape he's going to be in. And
is he gonna play? Because I wouldn't play him. If I was his agent, if I was his dad, I would like, no, you're not playing, bro.
he wants to play. I mean, listen, it's a
Would you
broken.
let your son play?
Yeah, broken hand. Yeah, if it was a lower
You
extremity.
would let your son play?
If it were a lower extremity injury, I would not. But like he broke a bone in one of his hands or whatever. If it heals properly, and I think it's his offhand too. So
Let me put it this way: if he didn't play with North Carolina, would you let him play?
I would let him play. He wants to play. He wants to come back and play. I'm gonna let him play.
I wouldn't let him play. My boys wouldn't be playing.
My son's trying to win a chip. He's trying to win a national championship before he goes to the big leagues. I want to see him do it. So
Look out for Mikael Brown Jr. on Louisville. I think he has Steph Curry like breakout potential for the NCAA tournament. He's a freshman. He's been averaging 30 points in his last 4 games on 60% shooting from 3. His last 5, he's 54% after that game against North Carolina. But before that, 30 points per game on 60% from 3. And his movement off the ball is very Curry-like. Quick release, 6'5", lanky. I like him a lot. So look out for him in the tournament. Look out for Louisville. Maybe make a run. A player like that. But getting into our next topic, fellas, from there. Dad, do you have a Phillies rant you want to go on?
no, I don't. I am completely apathetic when it comes to the Phillies. I don't care what goes on down in Clearwater. I don't care.
Well, something that someone does care
You
about.
want to
if
talk
we're
about?
gonna
Well,
be-
listen, I'm glad Castellanos is gone. Okay, I wish Rob Thompson was behind him, but that's whatever. Do you like you want to say anything about Bryce Harper, like him and then
Me?
Dombrowski? Yeah, like
Me?
you're a Phillies lover, and like you don't really.
I
say
do
too
want to
much about
say
them negatively.
your demeanor when we talk about the Phillies, your demeanor. I mean, you're tough on the most of the Phillies teams that you root for anyway, but your demeanor, like they're stepchildren. Like it's really,
Because
it's
Chuck,
really
they should have changed that team 3 years ago, and they kept running it back with the same guys, and I couldn't understand it. You weren't going to get over the hump with this guys. You should have known that when Houston took your lunch and didn't eat it. They just stepped on it and walked away.
But
You should have known that you
I
weren't
don't want
good
to really
enough.
get into it too much.
You weren't good enough to win a World Series with that squad. You had to upgrade along the margins, and they didn't. And they kept running it back. There were 4 guys you had to get rid of. I thought you had to get rid of. And they didn't do anything for 3 years. And you just got rid of one guy this past 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, you got rid of one guy. So
Yeah.
like, I
I
have
will
nothing.
give you. I don't have a ton to say about this, but I will give you that Dombrowski did a terrible job, and you put this in the chat. He did a terrible job of the Casty situation. He let the whole world know that he wasn't going to be on the Phillies anymore. They got nothing, and then they expected to trade him. Like they expected to get something in return in a trade. That was just moronic. I don't know what what the thinking was behind that. And we may talk a little bit more about the Phillies as the season gets a little closer. But
Yeah, we will. We will.
I'm you know, Bryce Harper owes me nothing. Like he's got 6 more years on that contract. Don't get me wrong, but he's been great. He had one bad pro season last year. Every other pro season's been historic.
No, what do you have?
Kyle Schwarber,
No, I mean, like, do you have an issue with him and Dombrowski or Bryce Harper, going on podcasts and having a T-shirt that says what does this
I'm not
T-shirt say?
elite.
Yeah, not elite.
I'm not elite or not elite or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if whatever he uses for motivation, I'm fine. Again, going back to Dombrowski, who, I mean, he's made some dumb decisions, and he owes me something, but Bryce doesn't owe me anything. I don't have a problem with Bryce doing that. Whatever gets him
That's fair.
motivated, I'm fine.
I know. I don't have a problem with it at all.
And
At
Troy, you and I talked about this too. Like, everybody wanted Bo Bichette, who had a career year last year,
Mhm.
and Bryce Harper, who had a down year, still had a better OPS than Bo Bichette.
Mhm.
So, what are we doing? We're going to give that man $40 million? That's insane.
No, I wouldn't have.
But I'm still. It's been with the Eagles, disappointing everybody. There was no parade. I think people have been like super focused on the Phillies in a negative way. And I'm not saying you're part of that, Troy. And I'm not saying you're wrong. But you said they should have broke up that team last year. This time last year, my thoughts were I don't know if they were going to win the division. And if they did win the division, I don't think they were going to beat the Dodgers. They won a division. They had the second most wins in baseball. They lost to the eventual world champions. I was okay with that outcome. I wasn't thrilled. When it happened, it wasn't great.
That's fair.
Going into this season,
Mm-hmm.
I said at the end of last season, I was saying they need to bring up Justin Crawford. They need to bring up Andrew Painter. Aiden Miller's probably a year away unless they trade Bohm. But they need to
The
get
young
younger.
boys.
Like, I think they are. I read somewhere that they are last in baseball in debuts, like having new players debut for them. They haven't brought anybody up in a while. They need to bring these young players up and see what they can do. So hopefully, like these
Hey,
are the players that breathe some life into this team. If it's not, it's not. But I think it's the right way to go. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping they give Justin Crawford some grace because he's going to hit ninth. He's not going to hit cleanup. He's not going to lead off. Treat him like a ninth hitter, and hopefully he's going to have some good games and have some bad games. And hopefully he can play center field. And then Andrew Pater, I think he's the real deal. We'll see what happens. But they needed to bring up some players from the minor leagues. They haven't done that really in a while. So
What
I
was
think
wrong
this is-
with?
We'll give you a couple minor leaguers for Bryce Harper. Send Bryce Harper. We'll give you a couple of guys.
that's what I'm saying.
Listen,
He said he'll play first base in pinstripes. I'll take Bryce Harper.
you're right, Chuck. They need to bring up some of these minor leaguers, but why couldn't you do that this past year? That's especially like when you really did nothing during the trade deadline. You really didn't do anything, and that's another thing. Like to your point, you said that you weren't expecting them to do much this year, but by the trade deadline, you saw what the record was. You saw that they could make some noise, enhance the team at that point in time.
Well, they brought in Boehner.
Man,
Your boy, the love of your life.
That's what everything else was already done. It wasn't like that was. I don't want to get into it, man. They just
Yeah, I know we're gonna. Noah does have his
they're
hand up though.
frustrating.
Noah wants to get
Oh,
into it.
go ahead, Noah,
you have
go
your
ahead.
hand raised. What do you have to say?
I do wish that the Phillies would spend a little more, or not, maybe not spend a little more, but be a little more aggressive. Upgrading the team. But I don't think it's crazy for Dombrowski to think that like we have enough already. Like I feel like last year, if our big name hitters, if they actually stepped up like they should have, we could have beat the Dodgers. I wouldn't say the back half of our lineup let us down in the playoffs last year. I thought Schwarber, Harper, and Turner had let us down. And Dombrowski, like I feel like it was very idiotic for him to say what he said about Harper. Last year was his, if you want to call that a down year, like he was hurt most of the year, I feel like, and he still like had probably like a top 20 OPS in the game, even being injured. Like what Dad said, I feel like not really, Zach. It's a little quiet. But did you guys hear Zach when he just talked?
A little bit. What did he say? Barely.
Yeah, so we could hear him.
Oh, okay.
No, I could barely hear him.
That's good. Finish your thought, Noah.
Like you said, I feel like if we just brought up, we're gonna bring up Painter and Crawford this year. We really need to inject some youth into our team. Like I really wanted us to sign Bichette, not because I think he's like amazing or anything. I feel like he's a good player, and he would probably be like the youngest person on the team, even though he's not even that young. I think that's another bat that could have really helped us. I wouldn't say last year was his best year, but he had a great year last year, and he's proven that he could be a great player. And we just need guys that could. When we have Alec Boehm like being our cleanup hitter, we just need anyone at this point. Like, honestly, and Boehm, like I like Boehm. He puts the ball in play. Most of the time it's like a grounder into double.
He's
play.
not a cleanup hitter.
He's not. I feel like when he's at his best, he could be. He's really good at hitting into the gaps, opposite field and all too. He puts the ball in play when there's runners on base, but like last year it just happened to be like every time he put it in play, it looked like a ground out into double play.
At his best, he's not even a cleanup hitter for the Shanghai Sharks.
Like,
he's not. That's just not.
Like 2 years ago, like
that's not him.
He was having a great season 2 years ago. Like he was like leading the league in doubles. But I don't want him to be our cleanup hitter. But I feel like if he's at his best, he could be a serviceable one. I think they should change up the order. Like I don't think Schwarber and Harper should be right after each other anymore. I feel like they should switch that up somehow. Like maybe make Bryce a cleanup hitter. I don't know. I don't really know. I kind of miss Schwarber being the leadoff guy. But Trey had a good year last year.
I never understood that. I never understood it.
Neither did I, but it was weird, but like it worked somehow.
We talked about this last year.
Yeah, it worked for him, but I don't think it worked for the team as much.
Analytics tells you that you need your best hitter should
players
hit
up at correct. Okay, that's fine. But when he's popping off one run home runs, when it possibly could have been 2 or 3 run home runs, like that's a big difference.
Yeah,
that's a big difference. And also you're taking another guy who's probably a good leadoff hitter in Trey Turner and putting him in the batting order that he's probably not really comfortable with.
Yeah, but Trey hit first last year, and keep in mind, like since Kyle's been here, the Phillies have made the playoffs every year. So like
I have nothing against him. I have nothing against him.
Well, I'm saying like
his
stance in his position in the lineup has worked because.
But I think Kyle Schwarber is enough of a talent that it would have worked regardless of where he's hitting in the lineup. if that makes sense. I would have at least tried something during the course of the year, something different to see how it looked. And they just never did until this year.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how the Phillies finish their spring training. They were in action yesterday. Or
They'll
maybe
finish. Listen, I will guarantee this. I will guarantee this. They will have a better record than the Yankees this year. How you like
don't
that?
like
That's
that.
How you like them apples? How you like them apples, kid?
You
That's
don't
not
even
too
like-
hard to do.
you
How you
don't
like
your
them
own
big
team.
apples? Huh?
You don't even like your own team. How about like your players first? How about get some color first, and then we'll have a conversation.
That's true.
So,
Listen, we got
She's gonna have a better record.
we got Garcia. Leave us alone. We're getting there.
For now.
The Phillies got a win today, actually.
They did. They beat the Tigers today. Their
half the
first
teams
win
at the
of the
WBC
spring.
anyway.
Speaking of first wins, Chuck recently got his first win in the Tyler Hansbrough.
It was a tie. It was a tie. It wasn't a
It was a
win. It was a tie. It was a
Oh yeah,
tie.
you doubled back on Danny.
Yeah, I had to double back.
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
I have one more before Noah leaves.
And me.
And before Kobe and Noah leave.
And
You hush. Troy, Tyler Hansborough, or Bobby Hurley?
Hurley.
Wow!
Dad, you know what?
Hold on.
You know
Hurley.
what?
But you know what? I have to remember that Hurley. No. That is a tough comparison because Hurley came in with Leitner and also had Grant Hill with him. And like Tyler Hansbrough didn't have those two. He didn't have teammates that compared to those two. He didn't have teammates that compared to those two.
How many national championships did you win?
So
Two?
Leitner and Grant Hill.
They won two.
You won two?
They won two.
Who compared to Leitner and Grant Hill on Carolina?
No, not comparing.
No
He
one.
played with them.
No one. He played with them. Bobby Hurley played with those two guys. So I'm saying that Tyler Hansbrough didn't have his teammates didn't
he
compare
didn't.
to Grant Hill and Christian
That's
Leitner.
not Bobby Hurley's fault. Are you saying
No,
if
no,
he
it's
went
not.
to-
It's not. Yeah, but
he
if he
went to
came there, if he went to
Georgia
Duke
Tech.
by himself, no. If he went to Duke without Leitner and Grant Hill, and he won two titles, then yeah. If he won one title,
Could-
then yeah.
But his stats are
I-
nowhere
bef-
near to compare to Tyler Hansbrough's.
Chuck, forget
all 4
forget the
years.
stats. Forget the stats. Colby,
the
like
stats.
he
No, you
he
have to
ran the
take that
show.
into account.
He was.
No.
He was,
He ran the show. He was the point guard.
Yeah.
He made that
he came
team
with a lot
go.
of hype too. Jersey
And he
City.
did.
He came with a lot
Yeah.
of hype. If he, it's hard to say. If you put a replacement level point guard instead of Bobby Hurley on that team, are they winning? Two championships.
Placement level. So
He had
if
a
you
great
put-
championship game against UNLV.
He did. If you put Kenny Anderson on that team, do they win?
Well, Kenny Anderson's not a replacement level point guard.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to give me a name.
Give me like Jeff McGinnis.
Do they win? Do they beat?
He's probably a little better than replacement level. But.
Yeah, he is. King Rice.
Okay, are they winning with King Rice 2 championships?
They're not winning.
They're not winning.
They're not winning with King Rice. They're not winning with King Rice. No offense
Would
to
you
King
give
Rice.
me a tie? Would you give me a tie with Bobby Hurley?
I'll give you a tie. I'll give you the tie.
I found the cheer button.
I'll give you the tie.
He came in with a
Did that
lot
hurt?
of hype, you guys are saying, into
He came
Duke.
with a lot of hype.
He averaged 8 points, 7 assists, and 4 turnovers his first year. Yeah, definitely lived up to the
came with a
hype.
lot of- he came with
Tyler
a lot of hype.
Hansbrough lived up to the hype in his first year. He was an All-American his first year. Bobby Hurley didn't sniff being an All-American in his first season. Do not compare him to Hansbrough. Don't do it.
Listen, Kobe, you weren't there. You weren't there to see.
I don't have to be there. I have the
You did.
internet. I can YouTube him.
All right,
I
well,
can look up his
YouTube him.
numbers. I can look up articles. He wasn't
Look
an
up articles.
All-American.
Look up articles.
Tyler Hansbrough was.
I think it was an All-American.
And he was an All-American once. One time.
All right, what? Bobby Hurley came
Once
on. He
in
was on a
4
star-studded
years.
team.
Yeah, like that. I think that's
So was
where
Hansbrough.
No.
Lawson,
Hansborough
Danny
was the guy. He was the guy.
But he was playing with stars. He was playing with
But
stars.
he wasn't playing with stars to the level of Grant Hill and Chris. Listen, I think if Bobby Hurley played on a different team, if he played with Duke without Leitner and Grant Hill,
He would have averaged.
I do think his stats would have been a lot better. I do think he would have been an All-American 4 years. I do.
You could argue his
different
stats would have been
We're
worse if
talking
he didn't have
like-
those guys.
Eight
No,
points.
his stats would not have been worse. His stats would not have been worse because of the way that Coach K coaches his kids.
Correct.
He squeezes every ounce of positive juice he can out of everyone. So
At
I
8
do
points, when
believe
you-
if his team was built around Bobby Hurley would have shined. I do believe that.
And 8 points when you're averaging your team's averaging like 75 points. That's, fine. Patrick Ewing averaged like 14 points a game in college. Like is this a different?
It's the impact. Yeah, it's a different game.
Yes,
It was a
it's
different
just
game.
different.
And Hansbrough averaged 18. Go figure.
Can we
In
talk
college.
about?
He's so garbage.
Can we
Same
talk about
game we're
how
talking about.
Dad made me watch the 1982 ACC championship, and they were leaving guys open at like 15 feet, like wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And this
The
is-
paint was so packed, Troy.
And I'm
No,
supposed to
I know,
believe,
I already know.
and I'm supposed to
already
believe like it was the defense was so much better back
No,
then.
it's
when
this
they leave guys
different.
wide
There's
open.
no 3-point line to
In the
create
mid-range?
space. No, but that wasn't the thing. It was an inside-out game. It was just different. It's just different. I can't really if you didn't live it, I can't really explain it.
I watched it. I just watched it, just like Kobe said.
But
I
it's
have a lot
it's
of-
you
I
have to
internet.
be like the mind. Like I understand what they were doing. It doesn't matter if your best player
So,
was a perimeter player. You're still going inside.
Noah, when you watched those games, like, what did you think? Do you think like these guys suck, or
No, I
the
was
game
thinking,
itself
like,
sucked?
I was like, holy crap! I'm about to fall asleep. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Holy smokes.
Listen, it's
was all
jarring. It is jarring. I went back and I watched like some old games. There was one game. It was a Jordan. It was the first time I made you watch a Jordan game. They were playing the Knicks, and it was like a regular season game. It was like Jordan's third year, and like I was just like this game is completely different than what I'm watching right now. And this was when Kobe was like 6 at the time.
What is it? Was it a bad different or?
It wasn't a bad different. It
'Cause
was
it is
just
different. It is different.
It was just jarring to watch a game from the early 80s, early to mid 80s to 2000. It was jarring.
There's no space. Everyone's in
And
the
you were,
paint.
and you were
No one's
thinking
taking
like,
3-pointers.
and the thought came to your mind like, oh my god, if I drop Tyrese Maxey into this game right now, like these guys would think he's like
No. My thing is, if I drop
witch.
Jordan in today's game with all the space in the middle of the floor, and you can't touch him, that's what I think. Like,
he
that's
had
what I
plenty
think.
he had plenty of space in that game I was watching.
No, he didn't.
You mean-
They don't have space.
Maybe
There was
not
no
in
space.
maybe not
Everyone
in the
in paint.
restricted area, but like anywhere else in the court, he had plenty of space. What do you?
And he wound up being the greatest player of all time.
And he somehow got to the same shot every single time. It was like a little like push like floater from like right inside the free throw line.
Yeah. What else? We lost Kobe. Listen, let's wrap this up. Oh, here's Kobe. Kobe, you back with us? You back with us?
All right, all right, all right, fellas. That about does it for this episode. If nobody has anything else to bring on that college basketball front,
I have something I
Tyler
wanted to
Hansbrough
say.
remains.
Wait, Noah has
I
something.
wanted to say it last episode, but I forgot. We probably got too busy talking about Tyler Hansbrough. I forgot.
You hush.
I wanted to say, like, shame on the NBA for letting Chris Paul go out the way that he did. He deserved better.
How,
So shout out,
how is
so
that?
shout out Chris Paul.
How is that the NBA's fault? You're talking about the
Shame on the
NBA as
Clippers.
far as like the
The
teams.
Clippers. Shame on the Clippers.
Okay. I guess he deserved to go out a little bit better than he did, but that's on him.
Didn't the
But
Clippers
that's
win
on-
like 10 in a row after they cut him?
Yeah, but even during that
wasn't-
time they let him go.
He wasn't.
That's
he
on
wasn't
him.
getting any playing time, anyways.
Noah, you have to give some blame to Chris Paul because of his attitude and the way he is in the locker room and teammates, and they just couldn't stand him anymore. Like, I agree,
So
he should have gone
Tyronn
out
Lue-
better.
Tyronn Lue
But-
couldn't stand that he was speaking out on the issues of the team. I would love if somebody was talking like that in the Sixers locker room.
But if it doesn't, okay, that's fine. Ty Lue didn't like it, but if the other players don't like it either, then now you have a toxic locker room, starting from Chris Paul. So, like he had to take a better look at himself, and realizing that he's not the same player that he was the previous 20 years, however long he played, and that his message is not going to be received the same way. Right? He needed to take better stock in himself in that regard. And he didn't do it. Like, he just couldn't stop being, quote unquote, the hard ass in the room. And like, you're not playing enough to be the hard ass in the room. You didn't win enough to be the hard ass in the room. Right? So
I mean, I guess so, but I heard that all the issues were just with him and Ty Lue. I heard the players didn't have a problem with him. But maybe I
Well,
maybe that was right.
again,
gotta get along
but
with the
again, like, what's he going to tell Ty Lue?
I feel like the Clippers were playing terrible basketball in the beginning of the season, and Chris Paul wasn't accepting that. I don't see the problem with that.
All right, I got one more thing. I like that. No, that reminded me of something. Just really quickly, okay? I want to, speaking
my
of shame
God.
on you, we may call this a shame on you segment. I want to shame on you, the owners of the NBA, for they are complicit with the tanking, but then want to shame other teams for doing it and trying to come up with rules to stop it. The bottom line is,
you're talking about OKC.
well, they're one of them. They did tank, but Troy, I'm glad you brought that up.
They complained about Utah tanking.
Oh, really? Oh, they
Yeah,
got a
I
lot
think
of
so.
nerve.
Yeah,
They got a lot of nerve. People, you know why people tank? You know what people tank? It's because it works. It works, dude. Look at OKC. Look at the Spurs.
It doesn't work all the time, but
It-
it does work.
well-
It does work.
But when it works, it works. It works really well.
It works great.
It definitely doesn't work all the time. We were like, come on, Sixers.
Well, me and Troy went over that on our first podcast. The Sixers would have worked if the league did not get involved. The league sent a secret agent into Philly that led to what's his
Him
face
hiring
resign.
his son
Yep, and hiring his son. Like it would have worked.
with the big shirt collars.
Yeah. I would like to see what Sam Hinkie would have done if he had a chance with this team. But
I don't.
he's
I got to
like,
be
"Oh,
honest with
look,
you. I don't know if Sam Hinkie would have I don't think he would have had enough cachet to rebuild it, because I think he alienated a lot of GMs across the league. Not
Maybe.
for winning damn near every trade that he had, and social media going crazy every time there was a Sixer trade and saying like how he just pants the other
What?
GM.
Well, Troy, wouldn't you have liked to seen if he would have taken
I would have given him the
Tatum
chance.
over?
I would have
Yeah,
given
would
him
you
the
like to see
chance.
with
I would
taking
definitely
Tatum or
given him the
Brown?
chance.
Yeah, I would like to see what they've done.
Yeah, I don't. You know, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if he would have drafted Ben Simmons.
Maybe not.
I don't know if he would have drafted him.
So, but I do find it interesting that the owners they know what's going on, and now they're trying to build some BS rules to try to prevent it, and it's super frustrating. They all know what's happening. It's their teams, and now they're getting the commissioner to try to like do something about it. Tanking works. I mean, for the most part. But I mentioned this before in one of our earlier podcasts, because this was a Sixers issue. If you are strategic about losing, it's bad. But if you're inept, it's fine. Detroit was inept for a long time, and guess what? They got Kay Cunningham. I don't think they tried to tank. I think they had a terrible front office and led them to getting Cade. And I kind of understand that. The Spurs, on the other hand, who led this whole tanking and load management is because of their whole franchise. It led to them getting David Robinson and then Tim Duncan and now Wemby. It works. If you make the right picks, it works. It worked for the Sixers last year. I hate to say that, but it worked for them.
The lottery and stuff is rigged anyway, so I don't know why this is.
It may be. I just wanted to get it off my chest because that was bothering me that they were kind of like BSing the whole. Let's make up these rules, and every owner is behind it. Every owner, if they had to tank, they will tank. And let me ask you a question. The last thing about the tanking. Shut up, Drew. I didn't mind. Like last year when the Sixers were tanking, I wanted them to lose. Like as a fan, as a huge fan, I've been a Sixers fan all my life. I didn't want them to win. I had no problem with it. During the process area, I actually enjoyed it. I like seeing TJ play. I like.
No. Like seeing TJ play, that was when they actually had Embiid. Like and Embiid was still hurt or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But I didn't enjoy watching Hollis Thompson and Tony Roten. And
you don't like Tony Roten? He only could go left, but he was nice.
And
don't
Jeremy Grant.
Tony
Listen,
Roten.
I like one of the guys that I did like was Jeremy Grant, and they let him go.
Jeremy Grant, yeah. I thought it was kind of tough watching.
It was different, but after a while, I was like, all right, I'm tired of this. But I understood the process. I was for the process. You can't just sit there and be mediocre for the next 8 years and like fight for the 8th seed. You gotta bottom out. I totally agree that you have to bottom out to get better. But yeah, now it's just. I think teams have been tanking for a long time, man. Like when you recognize that, okay, we're not winning this year. You trade away players.
Yeah.
You play, journeyman, major minutes. I just don't think it was as blatant as it was, as it has been the past couple of years. Like teams, when teams are tanking. When they start tanking in early December, you can tell. So.
Well, hopefully the Sixers can take advantage of that this year because they got some tanking teams on their schedule, and maybe they could stay out of that playing game. That's one of my biggest worries that they're gonna drop into the plan. I think Embiid needs a week off. Give him a week off, and let's see what happens in the playoffs.
He does not need a week off.
Oh, we'll see if they can use it as a boost to get maybe home court in that first round matchup that they'll hopefully have in the playoffs. Dad, were you going to say something else?
No, I need to go eat. So let's wrap this up.
Let's go get my father some dinner. So we'll wrap up, fellas. Thank you guys, for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow us on social media. Stay tuned for our next episode, recapping some more Sixers action. And as we get closer to March Madness, talking about who we have winning our brackets and continuing to follow college basketball on that front. Fellas, have a great night, and we'll talk soon.